Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sober Tuesday. Today, we're going to be talking about roadblocks on your way to sobriety. Some of you might be day number one. Some might be in day number two, three, whatever it is. You're going to have some roadblocks, and there's going to be two different kinds. There's going to be inner roadblocks and outer roadblocks, is what I found. Today, we're going to be talking about those inner roadblocks that we need to kind of understand what they are, and I'll give you a few little tips to overcome some of them. All right, let's get to it. Good morning, guys. Happy Sober Tuesday. It is a beautiful day here in Canada. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Today, hope you're having a happy Sober Tuesday. Hope you're having a happy sober week, month, year, whatever it's been for you. And definitely, I hope that you are doing fantastic today because I am doing really well. Today, we're going to be talking about inner roadblocks and the 4 roadblocks you can expect on your, in your early sobriety, maybe 1 to 10 days of sobriety. This quick medical warning: if you cannot go to 1 to 2 hours without a drink, it can be dangerous to quit. You might need to seek medical attention. There's a difference between an alcoholic and a problem drinker. An alcoholic has drank so much that they have changed the brain around so much that they might need to seek medical attention. A problem drinker has just psychologically addicted. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4 days without a drink. They just can't seem to get past that, that first week or two without drinking. So if you think you are an alcoholic and you need medical attention, please seek that. If you think you're just a problem drinker like I was, then definitely you're in the right place. I am not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm a life coach. So if you need a therapist or a counselor, please seek that out as well. And I'm not a medical professional. So take everything this from my experience. So there's two kind of roadblocks that I've gone through on my sobriety journey. There was inner and outer. Inner roadblocks are mental. Outer is the people, places, and things around you, like your environment. It could be a spouse. It could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It could be, certain friends. Those are outer roadblocks, and inner ones are more mental. Today we're going to talk about the mental roadblocks. So the mental roadblocks that we are looking at, there's 4 ones that I faced in my sobriety journey. It might be different for you, but these are the top 4 that I think are important to talk about. We can't go dive deep into those today. If you want more lives or videos on that, just let me know and we can go deep on these things. But the top 4 that I found was negative self-talk, cognitive dissonance, cravings, and the law of familiarity. So negative self-talk, it's just what it sounds. I mean, your brain is on a loop. It's on a subconscious loop. And sometimes you don't even realize that's happening. And you can ask yourself, to get rid of this, you can ask yourself, what am I saying to myself daily? Is it helpful? Is it true? What could I say that's more positive? And create an affirmation and repeat it on that. So your subconscious mind kind of puts you on a loop. And you talk to yourself all day long. You ask yourself questions. If you know it or not, that's how your mind works. It asks questions and it gets answers, right? So if you're asking crappy questions to yourself, if you're always putting yourself down, if you have this self-image of yourself being, a failure like I used to have, your negative self-talk is really going to affect your life, and it's really going to affect the people around you. So just being aware of your negative self-talk is definitely one of those things, and it is a roadblock. I think a lot of people don't see that. They don't understand how the subconscious mind works. They don't understand that there's actually a little voice going inside their head, that could be holding you back, that could be bringing you down, that could be actually sabotaging your success when it comes to living a sober life. So today, just kind of be aware of what is that voice saying? What is it saying to me? Is it saying that I'm a good, positive, happy person, or is it saying that you can't quit, this is going to be too hard, why am I doing this, I'm so anxious, I'm so scared, nobody loves me, all these things that kind of crap that got put in your subconscious mind. You need to be aware of that. But the cool thing is, once you get aware of it, you can change it to a more positive thing, like I am gonna make it, I can do this, I am doing great things, look at the great things I've done already today, look at the great things I'm going to do tomorrow. All these things happen over time, and a good way to do that is repeat an affirmation. Write something down on a piece of paper, like I'm so positive, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful to have this in my life. Whatever affirmation you want to kind of do that. It's just like the commitment statement. Just write it down in the positive, and just read it every day and repeat that to yourself. And over time, subconscious mind will pick up on that, and you will start to become that person that you're talking to yourself and trying to beat that negative self-talk with. So negative self-talk was the number one. Number two is cognitive dissonance. I know this is a big one. We did a lot of videos on this. In The Naked Mind, this book by Annie Grace, I would definitely suggest reading it if you haven't. It's a really good book. Talks about cognitive dissonance, and it's that idea that you consciously want to quit, but subconsciously you still see a benefit to alcohol. You have to align these two things. She uses something called the ACT technique, which I think is kind of cool. It's awareness, clarity, and turnaround. So you just be aware of what you think about alcohol. Do you think alcohol gives you a benefit? Do you think it relieves your stress? Do you think it relieves your anxiety? Do you think it helps you turn off your mind? Do you think it makes you more confident like I thought it did? Does it make you more funny? Like all these things that you think about alcohol, just kind of write those down, and then get some clarity on that. Where did that come from? Who told me that? What kind of evidence do I have that that's actually true? Where did it come from? And get really clear on that. Write that down on a piece of paper. So first, be aware of what your ideas are about alcohol. If you see a benefit to it, what is the benefit, and is that true? That's the clarity part. And then the turnaround is what's the opposite of that belief. So the turnaround for me would be, so alcohol makes me confident. Well, where did that come from? Well, I drank at a young age, and it gave me I thought it gave me the courage to express myself, but it gave me the courage to express myself too much, talk too much, act like an idiot, those things. So that's where that came from when I was young. The turnaround is, well, alcohol doesn't actually give me confidence. Confidence comes from me. I can be confident. I have to work on that, and it's hard and it's uncomfortable sometimes, but I have to work on that confidence. And it's much better that comes from confidence that comes from inside of here, where I can control it. I have some ability to work on that and control it, as opposed to letting alcohol do it and just spewing out whatever the hell comes out and thinking I'm confident when I'm actually acting like an idiot. So that's the ACT technique. It's definitely worth looking into. We can do more videos on that if you want. Create a list. Another good thing is you can create a list of why you drink and why you want to quit. So put all the reasons why you drink. It relieves my stress, it relieves my anxiety, it makes me confident. I'm a happier person. It makes me happy, and all these things. And then put on why you want to quit. Well, you want to quit because it doesn't make you happy. You probably want to quit because it does, because you have hangovers and you're anxious and you're tired and you're scared and your health is declining, your finances are. And write this to list and see which one's bigger. And usually, for me, anyways, the reason I wanted to quit. So many more reasons I wanted to quit than why I would drink. So it's just kind of one of those exercises to kind of visually see where you are with drinking, and definitely it's cool to see that in a physical sense. Now, this is a big one, and this is the one that I think most people are struggling with, and it's cravings. Yes, cravings. And cravings happen, if you know anything about habits, cravings happen in a habit loop. So you have the trigger, you have the habit, and then you have the reward. Okay, so something triggers you in your environment, something triggers you in life. Maybe it could even be, man, it's such a nice day, I wish I had a beer. Or your spouse comes and shows up with alcohol, and that trigger there is like, well, I can't let them down. This is how we relate with each other. So we end up caving in there. And then the habit is the actual drinking, giving into that craving. And then the reward is that brief moment of euphoria. I say brief because alcohol only gives you that brief moment, and you end up chasing that emotion, chasing that euphoria, and that initial boost of what euphoria that alcohol gives you. So the triggers can be you can be triggered by emotions, situations, people, but it's up to you to be a detective and find out where that trigger is and plan for it. Okay. Having a plan, if you don't plan, you plan to fail, right? So have a plan. If this happens, I'm going to do that. If this person says this, I'm going to do that, and practice with somebody. Find somebody that's been sober for a long time and just practice. I'll pretend I'm your spouse, or I'll pretend I'm your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. And I say, hey, you want a drink? And you tell me what you're going to say, and we'll just go back and forth and visualize that, and start becoming that person that can say no. Start becoming that person that enjoys just living a sober life, and letting everybody else do what they're going to do, detaching from other people. And once you start visualizing that, and you do it a couple times, I was so scared to do that the first time, but the second time it just got easier and easier and easier. And now I don't. People say you drink. I say I don't drink at all, and I don't have to give an explanation. I don't have to say anything. I don't drink, and that's just who I am. And that's where you want to get to be a non-drinker. But I get it. It's hard, and it was hard for me too. And I tried 100 times to quit. But when I finally started getting my self image right, learning how to deal with cravings, having a plan for that, and kind of expanding it over time and getting experience with it. Especially with visualization, that's a good way to get experience if you don't have experience, because your brain doesn't know the difference between visualizing something and actually doing it. So athletes use this all the time when they want to win a race or whatever. A fighter goes into the ring, he's visualizing. Conor McGregor is one of the best UFC fighters of all time, and he would visualize his matches. He would visualize exactly when he was going to win. Muhammad Ali did this too, and it turned out that visualizing that gave their brain some experience that they mentally had. So when they went into the ring, they would be able to win the fight. So visualization is definitely a thing. You can look it up. There's plenty of evidence to say that that's true. And you want to be a detective and kind of plan for that and visualize yourself being the person you want to be. Because I know you can be a happy, successful a person that's not addicted to alcohol, but addicted to purpose. Because I've done it. I know you can too. So I believe in you. But it's just all about being a detective and planning for it. So there's a good technique. You can Google it. I can't go into too much here. I don't have a lot of time, but surfing the urge is a great technique to be present with it and get past it. So surfing the urge is basically feeling that craving, sitting with it. It only lasts for 20 to 90 seconds, and then being okay with that, because a lot of time when we push these cravings away, when we push our feelings down, when we don't feel those emotions, they just get bottled up, and eventually they come spewing out. Right. So just acknowledge them. Say thank you for giving me that craving, but I really don't need that right now. I don't drink anymore, or whatever you want to say in your mind to kind of get past that. Just feel the craving. Tell it to go away, and eventually you can write it down, even why you're feeling the craving. What does it feel like? Where did it come from? What's the environmental? Once you start writing it out and looking at it objectively, it's way easier to get past. So definitely one of those things. And the last thing is just the law of familiarity. And I threw this in because I was thinking about this yesterday. The law of familiarity is actually one of those things that is super important in sobriety. I don't think anybody really talks about this. I've never heard anybody talk about it anyways. The law of familiarity states that if you're around something long enough, you tend to take it for granted. And I added this one in because we overestimate the time we have to turn things around. The relationships we have aren't forever. The health and finances we have could be gone tomorrow. And I think a lot of the time when we have when we're quitting drinking and we have these roadblocks and we just give in, we forget that maybe this could be one of the last times that we'll be able to get to do this. Maybe our health could decline extremely fast. Maybe that relationship could be over in an instant. Maybe your relationship with your kids, maybe that's the point in their life where they said, well, that's where I stopped loving mom and dad. You know what I mean? And those things can be gone in an instant. And I think once I wrap my head around that as well, that I don't have forever. You're not going to be on this planet for a long time. You're only on here for 100 years, and in time, that's a very short amount of time. And you only have so many chances with the people in your life to show them that you're serious, to show them that you're going to do this, and to show that. So when you get familiar with alcohol, you kind of take it for granted that you're just going to be able to try and quit the next time. But guess what? Sometimes that's not going to happen. And once you can, I'm a big believer that keep on trying and work and do what it is, but put some urgency into it, put some commitment behind it, put some passion into this, and use the law of familiarity to take a look and not take things for granted. Take a look around with your relationships. Remind yourself that's not going to be there forever. Remind yourself that your finances, they can be fixed, but it's going to take a long time to fix some of these things. If you're extremely in debt, if you drink too much, with your health and everything, it's going to take time to fix this. And it's time now to turn that around and get it. So law of familiarity was the last one that I thought I would throw in there. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to share that with you, just because, for some of you, if you're watching this in the guide, this is day number 2. Day number 3 of this. We talked about changing your identity yesterday, and I just thought this roadblock video might be helpful for you to kind of understand what you can expect to come up across with cravings, with negative self-talk, with cognitive dissonance, all those things. We can go deeper into these topics later on, but I just wanted to have a quick little video about roadblocks and what you can expect and how to kind of overcome them, since I've overcome most of these in my life. I still struggle with a lot of familiarity though, but that's just one of those things where you need to kind of work on it and get past it with time. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this in the guide, we'll have another video tomorrow. Part 2 is the outer roadblocks. That's people, places, and things, environments, those kinds of things. That'll be a great video too. I hope you're having a happy sober Tuesday or whatever day it is that you're watching this, and have yourselves a meaningful day. Stay sober, my friends. If I can do this, you can too. Have a great day.